Hello everyone, thank you so much for being here at this channel, New to Happiness. My name is Ruth Lax. I'm a counselor, a therapist, and I mainly focus on two subjects. One is highly sensitive people, and the other one is narcissism and toxic relationships. And many times I deal with the connections, like I'm going to do at this video, because what I want to talk about today is why at times highly sensitive people seem very egoistic, and not to say narcissistic in their behavior. And I want to start and say that when going around the country and even lectures and meeting people, and in my clinic, of course, many times somebody raises his hand and asks this question that has to do with what I'm talking about today. And the question is, I have to say, Ruthie, I'm sorry, but you speak about these highly sensitive people as very sensitive to what's going on, and acknowledging other people's feelings, and being empathic and creative and very pleasant to be around, or whatever, but very easy to deal with in the way that they see what's going on with the people around them, and they're sensitive to it, and they get it, they understand, their emotional intelligence is very high, and they understand what's going on. But I have to tell you that as a parent to a highly sensitive child, as a spouse to a highly sensitive person, as a friend to a highly sensitive person, or whatever, many times I find myself dealing with behaviors that are very egoistic, very self-absorbed, very even I dare to say narcissistic, and the highly sensitive so-called person in my life is not sensitive to what I'm going through, and not there at all, and many times I feel that he's not seeing me at all. And that is a very good question, and I love it when somebody asks that question, because it makes me sharpen, I think, my message, and makes me address a specific aspect of high sensitivity that is important to talk about. And not always, I remember, not at every lecture or every meeting with people, I remember to talk about it. And that is the difference between how highly sensitive people are when they are at ease and are comfortable and are not over aroused, to times when they are floated and over aroused, and are dealing with a lot of emotional issues, and are drowning in them. And what happens to highly sensitive person when they are in this state is exactly what these people are talking about, or what they're asking me about. Behaviors such as not seeing other people, not being able to be there, not being empathic, not being attentive to what the other person is going through, not being sensitive, are very common, because the person himself is, as I said, drowning and going through something that is overwhelming, and he's not able to be there for other people, to be empathic, and these behaviors seem to be narcissistic, egoistic, self-absorbed, and all those things that people tell me. Everything is true. That's the way it seems, and that's the way it looks. But, and that's the big but, if I may say so, when the highly sensitive person is back in healthy arousal levels, and is even many times realizes that he was overloaded before, at that moment, and those times, you can talk to him and ask him and tell him. And most of the times, I dare to say all of the time, if this person is really a highly sensitive person, he will be able to take responsibility for his actions, understand what you're talking about, understand your feelings, relate to what you're saying, ask for your forgiveness, many times too much. I'm so sorry, I was overloaded, I was whatever, everything was too much for me. And be there as a person, be empathic, be sensitive, and be caring, which is something, unfortunately, I cannot say for the narcissistic person, that the narcissistic, egoistic, self-absorbed behavior is what it is what he is, and what is part of his way, all of his way of behaving with other people. And there won't be times when he's going to retreat to something else and say, okay, I'm sorry, I take responsibility for what I did, and I really understand how you feel. He will maybe at times fake it a bit and say, well, I know, I'm sorry, or whatever, but that is not going to be the authentic, full-hearted, sensitive way that a highly sensitive person will say it and do it when he's not overfloated and over aroused and in a difficult state. So that is that is my answer. That is the answer I give in my lectures and to audiences, and this is what I'm putting out here today for you to hear, because I think it's very important, because many times people around a highly sensitive person, when they see this behavior, start to think over what they thought before about this person being sensitive or caring or whatever, and I completely understand that, because I have to say, it's not, I'm saying all of this with a smile and everything, but it's not an easy time to be around a highly sensitive person, because many times it's overwhelming and annoying, and it's not a good feeling for the person across the room, across on the other side of this situation, because it really is unpleasant and considerable many times, because the person is going through something that is overloading his system, his sensitive system. This is how it looks in real time. I have to say, I'm filming this video on September 1st, the first day of school, and I have to say that is exactly for this reason is why I tell parents that when the highly sensitive kid comes back from school, give him some downtime in his room or whatever, just leave him alone. I know the first day and the first few days and important days, like when the kid has an exam or whatever is going on in his life, when he walks into the door, I'm looking at my door to see if anybody's coming in, but when he walks into the door, you just want to grab him and hug him and ask him all the questions and see what's going on with him. But the truth is that what you're doing when you're doing this to this overloaded kid already, because of what he went through in school, even if it was a great day, still it was too much for his system. I'm sure about it most of the days. When you start adding with your questions, and you just, with all the good intentions, you want to see what he's like and ask him all the questions and take care of him and bring him food or whatever, you're actually raising the level of stress and anxiety and overloadness, as I said. I'm not sure there's a word like that, but anyway, and you're making it worse. And what you should actually do is give this kid some downtime for himself. Usually these kids and also adults, I have to say, coming back from work or whatever, the same thing goes for your spouse when he walks into the door, etc., to the safe place. Just give them time, because what they need to do is go back to the basic level, which is not an easy thing to do, and then they're going to be nicer and they're going to be their true sensitive self, and not that overloaded, anxious, over-aroused person that you don't want to meet, because, as I said, it's not a pleasant interaction many times, and of course you start asking yourself, what's going on? Is this the highly sensitive person, or was he switched with his evil twin when he went out and came back? So this is my recommendation for you, exactly because of this reason. And that's it, I think, for now. As I said, my name is Ruth Lax. I'm a counselor, a therapist. I give lectures and talks about high sensitivity, and I think this issue is very important regarding to highly sensitive people, and especially on this 1st of September day. And wishing all the highly sensitive kids a good year where their needs are going to be met, and somebody's going to see them the way they are and give them the chance and the opportunities that they specifically need. And that's it for now. I hope to see you next time, and bye bye.